Mobile Pathways is an organization based in California that uses mobile tech, data, and AI to help immigrants navigate their legal proceedings. In this demo, Mobile Pathways Program Director Ana Ortega Villegas explains their AI-powered platform, Pathfinder. Pathfinder helps immigration legal representatives have instant access to a wide range of important and relevant information to better help the people they represent. Check out Mobile Pathways' website, link is in the description box below.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm Anna. I am with Mobile Pathways. We are a technology nonprofit organization. We are working, utilizing, and making the best out of technology, data, and artificial intelligence to create tech tools around immigration issues that are being placed with rapid responders who are providing legal services, legal representation, and legal information to people who have open cases before immigration courts throughout the country, meaning people who are at risk of deportation, family separation. Most, if not a lot, if not most of them, are also asylum seekers. And as you all know, immigration right now is a hot topic that if you're not a little familiar with what's happening, I suggest we all get a little bit more informed and involved on how to be of help to members of the community and get help. But a little bit of what we do at Mobile Pathways, we work with publicly available data that the government is making available every month, and we are working with a specific data set that contains information on immigration cases. So we're able to visualize this information to allow people to have a better overview of what those immigration trends on immigration cases look like. And what you're seeing here on the screen is our first baby. It's the Asylum Navigator. This is how Pathfinder got started. And this baby was created using that publicly available data that I mentioned. It's a data set from the Executive Office of Immigration Review. But what you're seeing here is that our Asylum Navigator can show you the grant and denial rate for asylum cases based on the nationality of the applicant and based on the venue where that case is being heard. And what we discovered is through the data is that inevitably where you're from and where your case is placed in really matters and it has an impact on the outcome of that asylum applications. For example, I am from Mexico, and let's imagine that I was seeking asylum in Los Angeles. You can see that the LA court venue has a very low grant rate. But let's say that I don't live in Los Angeles, I live in San Francisco. The rate in LA, 3%. But if I am in San Francisco, the rate slightly changes to a more favorable grant rate. And just keep in mind that asylum law is federal law. It should be adjudicated equally regardless of where the case is being heard or the nationality. So what we could see here is that these variables of nationality truly matter on what the outcome of the case could be. We have other tools. If you are seeking legal representation, you have to undergo a legal intake, which often can take hours. And if you're someone who is fleeing persecution, retelling your story of why you fled and what happened after you got into the US, which could include being detained in an immigration jail or being separated from your family, it comes with a lot of trauma and having to recall very difficult moments. And it's also difficult for the attorney that's conducting that intake. People who work in immigration are operating at capacity with limited resources. Everyone is exhausted, the clients, the attorneys. So through our tool Pathfinder, we're also using the same data set to extract information on someone's case. So as long as we have the case number and the nationality of the person seeking legal representation, an attorney or the person conducting the intake can input that in number, and this is what the reports that Pathfinder generates look like. We are using AI to offer the legal, whoever's doing the legal intake, just a quick overview of what the case is about. Date of entry. If you're seeking asylum, there's a 1-year filing deadline where you need to submit your asylum application before the 1-year deadline before being in the US for a year. We also tell you when if there's an upcoming hearing. If you're in immigration court and you miss a hearing, it will most likely mean that you will be ordered removed. For asylum seekers, that means having to return to the place that they fled, the place that they fear. And then we tell you a little bit more about the applicant, the date of entry into the US. We also give you information on an employment authorization document status. If you're an asylum seeker, you have to wait a specific amount of days, over 150 days, after you submit your asylum application to then be able to request a work permit. So it's very complicated for people who are in immigration proceedings to be able to have a fair chance at seeking protection. And it's also fair for their legal representatives to have access to all the information they need to make sure that they can serve them properly. So this tool here gives you an overview and a summary of the cases in hopes that it reduces time, stress, and that people have access to the fast facts that matter so that they can better serve their clients, their potential clients, members of their communities, and I think as an ultimate goal, keep families together in safety. So these projects are very close to our heart. They were developed by our partners who are immigration experts, techies, who really have our heart in the right place to try to keep families together and just contributing to making sure that our communities are feeling safe